Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of the RWBY Reactions with Mentalhaggis. Today we're on episode 6 of volume 8, so without any further ado, we are going to get started right away in 3, 2, 1, and 2. So where we left off last week, a lot of horrible things left off. Adjust my volume there. So yeah, a lot happened last week. Amity got launched into the atmosphere and broadcast the message that Team RWBY recorded to send to all of Remnant. It was shown Haven and Argus and even Beacon, where you got to see a lot of cameos from past characters like Glinda and Sun and Neptune and Ilias. That was cool. But then Watts managed to find a way to hack Penny and she started falling through the atmosphere. Is she dead? Is she rebooted? I really don't want to think about it, but we're maybe going to find out in the episode. There it is. I should probably be watching this open again in case there's recent stuff that I might have missed. Let's give a quick check. Get my glasses on. So yeah, they're gonna bring back I would say Penny's dead, but because they're gonna use her Winter Maiden powers to open the vault and get the Relic of Creation. There it is. Penny's been hacked. I wonder how damaged she's going to be after falling back to Remnant. Right. How are you going to hurt me today, Rooster Teeth? How are you going to hurt me? Ah. Now, is this Cinder? Cinder's backstory, finally? Yep. So is she a farmhand as well? Oh! Rough. Okay, so just getting kind of snippets. What? Is that a museum? This is interesting because we haven't really seen Cinder's past yet. Finally, some answers. No, it's not, is it? Is that a museum or hotel? Missed it. So she seems to be like a servant, a slave, like a orphan. I wonder where this is. Oh, well, she said she was from Stepsisters. Stepsisters from Cinderella.
You're to make sure the laundry is folded, the dishes are spotless,
and I'll be the
the
evil
floors are clean
stepmother.
enough to eat off of.
Food? How dare!
Now hurry and get to your chores. The floor looks filthy.
Yeah, because you just threw something on it. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Get your nose. Oh, new song. Ah, Cinderella song. Okay, so she's like a... Oh. Oh, this is interesting. So is it most of this episode going to be Cinder's backstory? Ah, they're getting away with it. She gets the scraps, the leftovers. Oh, this is a good song. She's a servant and a maid at this hotel. Well, yeah, say, this is interesting so far. I wonder where it's going to go from here. Huntsman. He looks interested.
You missed a spot.
I'm getting kind of like the Twins from Shining vibe from them as well. Oh, a semblance. Fire in the second floor. Oh, she's not happy. He knows that. Oh, it's like a dog collar. Oh,
I
bitch.
suggest you remember your place. Say it.
Without you, I am nothing.
Well, how about that?
Alright, what gives? Someone took my damn sword.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
Wait.
We'll help you look for it.
Oh, she stole the Huntsman sword.
No, that's not yours, is it? I'm not here to hurt you.
Right. Oh, she lives in the basement. Is this Huntsman got a trainer? I wonder who this guy is.
I've seen you around, and I think it's safe to say you're not getting the most fair treatment. Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Telling me for what you're thinking.
You don't know what
But
I'm...
hurting them isn't going to make your life any better. You could run, but you're gonna be running for the rest of your life. Or you could find another way to handle it.
So is this the guy that teaches Cinder how to fight?
You can do whatever you want. Go wherever you want.
How old are you?
10.
Jesus.
And you wanna be like us. You wanna be a huntress. Then we've got about 7 years
For
Wow.
what?
to train you for the huntsman exam.
Wow. Cinder had to go through all that shit when she was just 10 years old. And this will be a passage of time, I imagine. Yeah, you can see the moon changing. He goes away on missions. Does this guy live at the... No, this guy live at the hotel when he's not on missions? So I imagine this is like the first person that Cinder has like a positive emotional bond with. Interesting. I never imagined this to be... Well, I imagine like her backstory to have the kind of like Cinderella vibe, like not the best kind of background, like backstory for Cinder. Like, this is pretty interesting. And it's interesting to see like how Cinder like looked in, when she was younger and like what her backstory was. And she's got her first weapon.
Just a few more years and you won't need your guardian's permission.
Now you know where her weapon design comes from. Her choice of weapons. Something bad's gonna happen though.
Mom, come quick. We found something. It's Cinder. She has a weapon.
Grasses. Bunch of grasses.
Hello?
Hmm.
Anyone?
I'm starting to see why this episode is called Midnight. We do not serve fairness. There's the anti-fairness. Oh, murdered!
You're right.
She's turned the tables.
I am nothing. But because of you, I am everything.
Oh. Jesus.
Cinder.
She's killed them.
I have to run now.
You might have to. You just...
Ever do.
You've killed them. And he's got to take care of things. He's just taken 3 lives. No matter how justified it may have been. And she's got to fight him. Right. Its mace-like weapons are pretty cool. How like they expand out. Is that like a iron skin semblance? Music in this is amazing. So it's Honor broken already. Oh, hers as well. Is this where the student becomes the master? Yeah. You gonna do the Itachi thing? No. So this is the beginnings of Cinder. I like. This is a good episode.
I was so worried.
Now we know her
How are you
backstory.
feeling? You.
Now she
You
seems
brought
a
me back
bit
here.
more human,
We failed.
despite her
Cinder,
adjustments.
You were hurt. I was just trying to help.
I think she's had enough help. Besides, she went against our queen. I'd be careful who you back.
Cinder's hunch was right. If we'd had support, then maybe we would
Would
have.
you stop trying to protect her already? She doesn't care about you.
Both of you, get out. I'll let you know when you're needed next.
Yeah, about that.
You're in jail.
Salem's got other plans for me. I'm not gonna be taking orders from you anymore.
Oh, Mercury's moving up. Good, he hasn't really done much lately.
Something big is about to happen.
I'd like
Cinder's
to
in the
express
doghouse
again
again.
that this is my burden to bear.
Come back to
not
Oscar.
yours. His grudge is with me.
Yeah, but you're the one taking the blows.
He's holding back with me. I can tell.
I understand, I do. But you've done so much already. The least I can do
Brave
is
boy.
give you a break and try to get us out of here.
Oh, how
Can't
kind
leave
of you.
yet. This is our chance.
Maybe you've taken one too many hits.
Salem.
Surprisingly,
She knows she can't
he
take
looks
control
less
of
beaten up than I
things.
expected him to
So
be.
she doesn't. She has her followers work their way in, sabotaging us from the inside out.
Maybe we should do the same. We certainly are similar, you and I. Maybe we have been
Braveheart,
presented
Oscar.
with an opportunity.
Starting to think more alike now.
Great.
Oscar, please.
What's the safe word today?
You don't need to fight this war, kid. Tell me what I need, and we can be done.
Hello, Hazel.
Ah,
Coward!
you're talking face to face now?
It could have been you, but you let him suffer.
Ooh.
Now, tell us how this damn lamp works. The boy has suffered enough.
Why do you follow her?
That is a good question.
I know. I know how you see me. Her. Look at what she does. How is she the answer?
Yeah, they've been asking that this whole time.
Salem can't be stopped.
You think your sister would want this?
I've seen it firsthand. But you send children to their deaths for a cause that you know has no victory, no end.
Someone has to try. Salem isn't a force of nature because Salem can be fought. Unless she brings the relics together. If that happens.
Yep.
Osmond, you have wonderful timing. The show is about to begin.
She's gonna force him to watch something. I don't like where this is going. Who's that? There she is. Neil.
We have good news. Tyrion has heard from our dear colleague Miles.
Of course. He took the broken scroll.
It seems that he has worked with Ironwood to gain
Good
some control
boy.
over the puppet masquerading as the
I still
Winter
prefer the Hound over you, but good boy.
It's useful after all. Speaking of which, Cinder.
You're gonna get it! It's the dog collar over again.
My specific instructions. Just to fail again. And I've realized
You can't kill
my
Salem.
fault. You fought your whole life unwaveringly for what you want, and here I am holding you back instead of lifting you up.
Nani?
You deserve so much more than I've given you. Go to Atlas. Recover Watts. He can lead you to the girl. Whether you or my hound get to her first, you will finally have the Winter Maiden's power.
Oh
and I
dear.
will have my staff.
You'll only be helping her bring about the end for all of you.
Oh! Oscar.
You're too late.
Did the hack just not work? How do we even know we can trust Watt?
We have confirmed
When our Aesop's going to recover Penny.
appeared to be malfunctioning.
This is why I don't trust technology. Now we're wasting our time searching for broken junk.
How dare.
You're Atlas Elite.
She's more than all of you.
Ma'am, we're picking up an open comms broadcast.
Play it.
It's headed straight for Mantle. I repeat, a large, massive rim is headed straight for Mantle. Please, anyone.
The Grim River. Are they going to find this road? Ah, shit.
Great. You guys.
Did you hear our message? It's right there.
Sean doesn't care about the differences.
Where's Penny?
Are you serious right now? There are people in danger.
Yes.
There are people in danger because you kids are
You.
acting selfish.
Zip it! You have bigger shit to deal with right now. That's ominous. Oh fuck! Geyser! The hell wasn't even fuck high up to reach Atlas? That was controlled, no doubt about it. Now the troubles really begin. Atlas is falling. Atlas is falling!
It's time.
Oh shit, and here comes Moby Dick. Darkening procedure. Oh. No, no. It just keeps getting worse and worse, folks, and we've got one more episode before Christmas break. I don't even want to imagine how they're going to leave us in a cliffhanger next week. But, I gotta say, music was great. It was really good seeing Singer's backstory. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little intermission to take a little break. Kind of rewatch the episode, get some notes, and I will join you back in a little while.
Geez, doesn't that shock collar hurt?
Actually, feels kind of good. I guess I'm starting to associate it with the pleasure of beating people up.
So be it. Come over here. I'm going to fucking stab you.
What? No, we're not coming over there.
Fine. Stay where you are, then. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to slice out your eyes and your balls. And then I am going to stick your eyes in your ball sacks. And then I will take your balls. And I will put them in your eye holes. Dude, we could totally outrun it. Totally. Let's bail.
You okay? Nah, man. I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
Okay, so we're back. Watched the episode again and I managed to get more than a couple of notes written down about this episode. So, as we've seen in this episode, we focus on Cinder's backstory and answers a lot of questions that many of us have had about the character since the very beginning. As many of you know, Cinderfall relates to the fairy tale character Cinderella. A lot of references are shown in this episode in Cinder's background. So we're showing Cinder's backstory where she is shown as like an orphan, like a kind of slave servant who's at the age of 10 is sold to the service of this hotel owner, this madam who has these two daughters, like the evil stepsisters, who when I was looking at the credits is voiced, both of them are voiced by the YouTuber Amelie, who does a lot of kind of like anime song covers. Like her stuff's really good. I recommend you check them out. So that was like a cool little thing at the end. So she's made to work at this hotel, like doing all the chores, bullied by the, I'm just gonna call it the evil stepmother, the mum, and the stepsisters. She's forced to wear this kind of like this collar that whenever she gets her line or breaks something or is not doing her chores right, she's shocked. We're showing this kind of over time with a really good song. Like the song itself, I don't know what it's called, but because there's two new songs in this. One of them's called Awake, which I think is the second song, which we'll get into. But the first one is definitely a reference to like kind of Cinderella's, where it's got the lyrics like scrub the floors, clean the dishes and stuff like that. Good song, really good song. But as we're seeing like kind of Cinder mistreated in this hotel, we're also showing like this huntsman that she watches from afar. One night she steals one of his weapons and is confronted by him because she hides like her living quarters is in the basement. It's just like a sheet on the floor, which shows like how mistreated she is. So the huntsman is sympathetic to her and teaches her how to fight, to become a huntress over like many years that she works at the hotel. The huntsman, who's called Rhodes, occasionally leaves and then comes back, and we're showing Cinder kind of grow throughout this kind of period of time and being taught by this huntsman hand-to-hand combat and sword play. Just going to make sure I'm going over my notes. Another thing that's shown in this episode, I think that this hotel that she works at, called the Glass Unicorn, I think it's in Atlas. Like I wasn't sure at first. I had to pause the episode to have a look at the background. It's like a proper city. It wasn't quite Beacon or a haven. And going by the skyline, I think I could see the kind of the shield that's in here, like the atmosphere of Atlas. So I think like this part of Cinder's backstory takes place in Atlas. Another reason to that is you see at one part in the hotel lobby there's a sign saying "We do not serve faunus," which correlates to a lot of anti-faunus stuff that happens in Atlas and kind of still does. So, where am I? When we're seeing Cinder being tortured by the madam, we hear Cinder say, "Without you I am nothing," which ties into what she's been saying to Salem, which is really interesting. So as time goes by, Cinder kind of grows up. She's taught to fight by this huntsman Rose until he eventually gives her her first weapon, which is similar to the kind of sword that she's been using throughout this whole series. But one night the stepsisters find out she has a weapon, and her and the madam of the hotel go and confront her. And then it's showing, like, Rhodes comes back to the hotel and it's almost midnight. So as this episode is kind of called Midnight, and we all know, like, the allegory to that in the Cinderella story, Cinderella goes to the ball thanks to the fairy godmother, which is the huntsman in this an allegory to the fairy godmother. It seems like a kind of like a loose time, because like he helps Cinder get ready for the huntsman. Kind of like you have several years to get ready. Again, could say I'm kind of picking at straws, but it's worth a shot. I'm just kind of, there's many things that kind of like tie together nicely, and there's some where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pick that out and see if they kind of fit together. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that the huntsman alludes to the fairy godmother because he's been helping Cinder. Yes, in the fairy tale, Cinderella goes to the ball until the stroke of midnight, when everything changes back to normal. Whereas in this episode, the clock striking midnight indicates a more different change to Cinder, a more sinister tone. So the huntsman comes back to the hotel, hears a noise, and goes down to find out that Cinder has killed the stepsisters, and the owner of the hotel just broke her neck, which was quite grim. Of course, Rose the huntsman is shot and is forced to fight Cinder. And those two fight, leads to another great song, which I think is the Awake song. Really great vocals to it. It almost has a kind of Dream Theater kind of rhythm and beat to it. I really dig it. So we see Cinder fight Rose. We kind of see like his semblance activate, which looks like kind of like an iron skin that kind of crawls up here, and it ends with Cinder fatally wounding Rhodes and killing him. And then after that is the backstory we're shown of Cinder. I don't know if we're going to see any more of a backstory. I don't know if there's anything else that's notable to see. Like, I don't know what would have happened between that and... Well, we're still to find out how she got into contact with Salem. So there still might be that. There still might be more to show. So, that is Cinder's backstory covered. Unless I've missed stuff, you can tell me in the comments below. So, back to present time. Cinder is back at base with Emerald. She wakes up and realises that she's failed. She seems to be kind of like in a prison cell, but she's not under guard or anything. Mercury comes in and mocks her and says, like, you don't give me orders anymore. I'm no longer answer to you. I'm working for Salem now. She's not happy that you disobeyed orders. So that's that. And then we're cut back to Oscar and Ozpin, kind of like just talking to each other. They're alone, like Oscar is between beatings. He's pretty bruised up, but to be honest, he's being beaten up by Hazel. I expect him to be a bit more bloodied up, like teeth missing and stuff like that. So well done, our boy. He's taken quite a beating, so mad respect. So Oz is sympathetic to Oz, saying you don't need to go this far, like let me tag in. But Oscar kind of summarising the situation with Salem, saying like, look, she's always been one step ahead of us, having an eye on the inside and sabotaging us from the inside out. I reckon since I'm in this situation, I'm going to do the same, which Oz kind of agrees on, which might be symbolising that they're starting to think as one, kind of coordinate more. And then Hazel comes in and Oz takes over, which is like kind of first time that we've seen them kind of have a sort of face-to-face chat, because when they were duking it out in Volume 5, I think it was mostly Oscar was fine, while Oz was just being the kind of like the inner voice. So Oz tries to kind of reason with Hazel with saying like, look, I know why you're angry at me and I'm really sorry, but why of all people are you following her? Like, I get you're angry at me, but why her? Like, you realise that she's far more worse than me. Like, you've seen the things that she's done. Hazel kind of argues like I can't be stopped, and he says something like, I've seen what she does firsthand. I don't know if that's just in general or if there's kind of something else more kind of personal behind that. And he says like, well, you're no better, you send children out to die. Which I argue, well, yes, but you've seen what Salem has done. Are you just kind of want to be on the winning side, or are you just so apathetic that this is your kind of course of reasoning? So then we cut to Salem on the bridge in front of her, like all her minions, like it's all the villains all lined up in a row, banging towards her. And Oscar! She gives a little speech, she congratulates, she praises Tyrion for the news on Watts and congratulates on like everything that he's done with sabotaging the Winter Maiden. And then she torches Cinder, which kind of cuts back and forth to like how she was tortured with the dog collar and she's been tortured and controlled with the grim arm. But then she offers to give her what she wants, which is the Winter Maiden power. Say like, you know what? I think I was selfish not giving what you wanted. This, like, you've worked so hard. I'm just gonna, for reasons unknown, I'm gonna flip it on what I said before and go, you know what, you're right. I am gonna give you the Winter Maiden powers. Why don't you go break out Watts and go get Penny and kill her and take the Winter Maiden powers? Oh no. Oh no. And then she kind of mocks Oscar. Penny's talking at the time. Cries all defiance, like, don't do it. And then lastly, we cut to the Aesops, who are led by Winter, on the way to pick up Penny wherever she's landed. But they get a distress call from Jean. Now, one thing I quite like is the first thing they meet up, Jean's just like immediately like, thank God you got our message. Like, have you seen like what's happening with this kind of Grim River? Like, we need to like protect everyone. But of course, then the argument starts. Like, where's Penny? You're really focusing on that now? Like, you kids don't know what you're doing. And then there's a quake. It's the Grim River, of course, and all of a sudden, Geyser shoots up, right up, and hits Atlas, destroys the the kind of force field coating the underside, which starts spawning Grim, especially those kind of centipedal Grim, which I really hate. And they start burrowing into Atlas, which, that's it, Atlas is compromised, like Grim are invading, and the barrier breaks. You kind of like see like parts of the defense system kind of crumbling. You can see from like the kind of Atlas military, you can see them kind of reacting to it. And Sam just ominously goes, it begins, and flies Moby Dick and parks right outside Atlas. And then Moby Dick pukes a whole lot of Grim onto Atlas. Man, and we still got one more episode before the Christmas break. I don't know what the hell they're going to leave us on before a 2-month break, but it's going to hurt, people. I'm not going to lie, it's really going to hurt. Things just keep getting worse and worse for us all. So yeah, I think that covers everything that happened in this episode. So, next episode I am going to do my best to cosplay Jean, just to kind of leave us off. If I can try and get some guests to join us, I will, but if not, I can try and do that for when we come back after the Christmas break. So yeah guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this episode, what your reaction to it was, and also let me know, was this episode everything you kind of hoped what Cinder's backstory would be like? What was the parts you like? What was parts that you imagined would be different? Let me know, I'm interested in your thoughts. Be sure to remember to leave a like and subscribe to Mentalhaggis Cosplay. Thanks so much for watching, and I will join you in episode 7, the last episode for RWBY in 2020 before we go on a little Christmas break. I hope to see you all there, but until then, take care.
Don't make me kill you. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy! If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.